Hi, my name is Nick, and welcome to Fig 2. Let's talk history, specifically Brazilian history. The year is 1353, and some indigenous peoples are farming, fishing, and building mounds in what is now Brazil. What else were they doing? We don't know, because they didn't write anything down. Do you know who did write things down? People in Eurasia. Meanwhile, in Eurasia, the Ottoman Empire has decided that they really don't want European nations trading with India and getting all the really nice spices that they loved so much. So they said, no, you can't come through our country anymore. You have to go all the way around Africa. This is terrible, said everyone in Europe, including Portugal. Hey, said a guy named Christopher Columbus to Portugal, since I'm a really good explorer and stuff, how about we just go around the world and travel to India like that? No, said Portugal. The world's really big, and that sounds like a lot more work than just going around Africa. Oh, said Columbus. Dang. So he asked Spain instead, and eventually they said yes, but it took some convincing. Then Columbus set off and made it to India. Then he realized that where he had arrived wasn't India, but he told everyone it was, so he could seem right. Then he died, and everyone found out his secret, but Spain couldn't stay mad at him for long. Mainly because he was dead, but also because there was a whole new continent to colonize. Meanwhile, Portugal is busy doing some colonization in Africa, but when they see this whole new continent, they think, whoa, it'd be great to get in on some of that colonization over there. But Spain doesn't really like that idea, considering that they got there before any other Europeans and all. It's looking like there might be some conflict ahead for Portugal and Spain, but luckily the Pope swoops in. He doesn't like the idea of two Christian nations fighting, so he draws a line 100 leagues west of the Cape Verde Islands. He says that Portugal gets everything east of the line unclaimed by Christian nations, and Spain gets everything unclaimed by Christian nations west of it. But Portugal wanted more room for its African voyages, and also maybe claim some land on that cool new continent, but it's definitely mainly because of the African voyages. So Portugal did some negotiations with Spain and the Pope, and moved the line a bit to the west. Then some Portuguese explorer finds some land with some cool red trees in it, and what do you know, it's west of the line. So Portugal sets up a colony, but what should they name it? Let's name it after the trees, said an explorer. They're cool and red. Okay, said Portugal, so they named it Brazil, after the Brazilwood trees, and they started selling the Brazilwood to people in Europe. They also sold sugar that they grew in Brazil. People liked sugar a lot more than red wood. After all, what else are you supposed to use to mask the rotting taste of the meat you're eating? Sugar was selling so well in Brazil that they didn't have enough people to farm it. Wouldn't it be great if we had more people working on our farms? Said some sugar farmers. Yeah, but then we'd have to pay them, said some other sugar farmers. But what if we didn't? Said the sugar farmers. Can you guess what happened next? Slavery. It was slavery. 300 years later, in Europe, a guy named Napoleon Bonaparte, who the English think is short because neither they nor France had adopted the metric system yet, has declared himself the Emperor of France and is ready to conquer Europe. When he starts conquering Portugal, its king, John VI, runs away to Brazil. This makes the Brazilians living there very happy. They'd been feeling a bit ignored recently. But when the Napoleon situation blows over, John goes back to Portugal and leaves his son, Pedro, in charge of Brazil. Now that his dad's gone, the cool kids tell Pedro that his dad was lame and he should declare independence for Brazil. So he does, and declares himself the first emperor of Brazil.